Hi, I'm Chelsea Burton Dunn, and this is Andy Hanson, and we are with the Four Horsemen. We are going to Indy PopCon in Indianapolis, June 27th through 29th. And we're just doing these little interviews so you guys can get to know the authors a little bit before you come see us at the convention. So, Andy, tell us a little bit about you and your books, and then I'll ask some fun questions.
Yeah, my name is Andy Hanson. I started writing about 10 years ago, and I started with screenplays because I was in local theater, and I wanted to write my own play, and it spawned from there. I wanted to get people to actually read, see if I could. And my wife said the only way she'd do it is, sorry, my son.
Hey.
If she'd read a novel, so I had a novel idea and I wrote that, and yeah, it's kind of taken off from there. My first series is a post-apocalyptic sci-fi epic that it's kind of the allegory of a fascist takeover in three parts. About first book is Calamity, which apocalyptic plague sets the stage for a fascist takeover, and the second book is Control. It all takes place on the surface of the moon, so there's juxtaposition with the post-apocalyptic setting and the opulence of the moon base. And second book is about establishing their control. And the third book, which just passed the editors, is about their inevitable collapse of.
It's always exciting to have it get past the edits. That's the one of the best stages, I feel like,
Yeah,
whew, it's ready.
yeah, I'm excited to have the complete series be
Oh.
through the edit stage and everything. So yeah, it's exciting.
First question. Um, what are you most excited about for PopCon?
Well, I'm bringing my wife and my son, so we're just excited to spend the day with the family and the other authors. I had a really great time last year at PopCon Louisville,
Mhm.
so I'm just looking forward to seeing everybody and yeah, talking with the attendees and just trying to sell some books.
What is your favorite type of book to read?
Well, I don't have a specific genre that I only stick to. I kind of tend to follow really good or authors that like. If I find I have an eclectic taste, so I find an author in that genre, and I tend to stick with the author more than the genre.
Yeah.
But I do love sci-fi. I have an affinity for science fiction films, as my alien shirt might let you know. And I've always so that was a natural place for me to start. But I'm not sure I want to be confined to just that because I love historical fiction, though I'm no historian, so I'll probably stay away from that genre. But just general fiction, I'm really excited to get involved with. So yeah,
I feel the same way. Like, I don't really want to be boxed into one because I like reading everything.
yeah,
So, I think that's one of the
exactly,
things about our publisher is they don't
yeah,
make you get boxed into just one thing.
exactly, right, yes. And
Um,
I don't mind people thinking of me as a sci-fi author. I love writing in sci-fi, but I'm excited to try other things too. So
Here's a fun one. Which of your characters do you think is most like you?
I tried not to make any of the characters be me because I just didn't want to put me in each character, and I tried to make them all different, but they all have a little part of me naturally since I wrote them all. And none of them, the ones I would uh, relate myself to, don't really come off well in the books. So they're weaker kind of guys who kind of their will is tested and it kind of breaks. But I'm not saying that that's going to me or anything like that, but just their personality wise is kind of reflected in me in that. But hopefully, I'm a better man in those kind of circumstances. But who I'd aspire to be is probably Maisie. Maisie Segal is my main heroine, and she's the kind of the lodestar that fought that the good heart of the through line of the series. So that's who I would aspire to be. Not close to being, but there's my answer.
Hey, I understand completely. I feel like we put a little bit of ourselves in lots of characters we write. And so even if it's like a flawed character,
Yes,
that's a little piece, but we can always hope for the heroine or hero to be what we want to be.
uh,
So, well, thank you so much for chatting with me for a couple minutes.
yeah. Thanks for having me, Chelsea.
Of
Great.
course. And I can't wait to see you guys at PopCon. And hopefully, everyone out there watching comes to visit us and comes and chats with Andy while he's there and buys some of his books.
Up by the booth. I'm happy to chat. So.